What up, folks? Man, I gotta try to keep this under 10 minutes. There's so much special information to talk about. We talked about Pax Gold, how it's digital gold, right? But it's crypto, digital. It's moving over the weekend 24/7 because it's crypto. Gold is closed with the stock market. Man, I'm telling you, to be in the position I am, to be able to kick out the information that I kick out straight from the hand of God, no one else, there's no other channel in the world talking about what I'm talking about. I can't do what they do, but they sure in the hell can't do what I do. So just wanted to put that out there because we want to talk about oil. The buzz is getting around about oil because of the repricing of the commodities through gold. Gold is going to get revalued and repriced. Rumor is that it's $20,000 to $30,000 of repricing. And if that happens, then everything else is going to get revalued based on the price of gold, the melt up, the transfer of wealth that we're talking about. So that's what we're talking about. But we want to talk about oil because it's still at the bottom of structure. Everything else is broken out. We're talking about commodities. So we want to talk about it, right? We have an inside joke here about Warren Buffett, about him buying Occidental Petroleum at $65 to $60 a share. Petroleum being oil, right? So, but it's not barrels of oil. But the price is similar to the oil price. But it's at the discount, 40, right? He started buying at 60. We were laughing at Warren because we talk about the basic scale of 100, how you're supposed to be disciplined and wait for your price to get down to the discounted rate. Nobody knows what a discounted rate is, obviously. Because if they did, they'd be utilizing that concept, that technique. We say, oh, $10,000 for your program. Oh, my program is worth $10,000. Nobody knows about it. Those that have found the channel, congratulations. You're on the train. All you got to do is use the techniques. It'll show you, right? If you don't apply the techniques, you'll never see the outcome. Don't ask me for no cash app. But Occidental Petroleum, he bought at $60. He's buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of shares, right? And he's in the negative, right? Because he started at $60. He spent 100 some odd thousand, 300 some odd thousand at these levels. So he bought at 60, he bought at 57, he bought at 55, he bought at 50, he bought at 45, all the way down, right? He's not in the positive, not yet. He has to get back above $60 before he goes positive. He was dollar cost averaging. We call it dollar cost averaging. It was very nasty dollar cost averaging. But what I love is that the basic scale of 100, you can add zeros, you can take them away. But if we look at Brent crude, right, we can look at WTI, West Texas crude, and we can look at Occidental Petroleum. They all are hovering within the same price range. But Occidental Petroleum has dipped down to 40. I was waiting for crude oil to go down to 40 because I wanted to buy it at 40, but everybody seems to think it's not going to make it down there. I'm only at 4 minutes and 30 seconds of this sauce. So we want to talk about the price, right? Because you want to buy at discounted rates. We talked about Bitcoin possibly dropping down to $65,000. 65, right? Where is oil? 65. Now, Brent crude is at 65 or 66 or whatever in the area, right, of the discounted rate. And West Texas WTI crude is at 61. There's about a $5 difference. So which one would you buy? You would buy the one that's below the discount. 65 is the discount. Now, if 65 is not the bottom, then 40 is the bottom. You see what I'm talking about? But what if it don't make it down to 40? You got to find your way into the position. Not trading or investing advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. But the scale is undefeated. You have to make it true to you. I already know it's true. I wouldn't be on here doing these videos for no reason. I'm the best in the world. So how am I going to get in? Because I'm trading and investing. In my trades, I can't just jump into any kind of trade. Now, in an investment, I can jump into an investment. I can buy Occidental Petroleum, 1 share for $40, right? Or 10 shares for $400. If I don't think, you see it went down to about $35. I'm watching it play out because I forward test, not so much a back test. I'm always looking forward to see what's happening. Warren Buffett's involved with Occidental Petroleum. They say he's probably the best investor of our generation. He got to where he got to doing what he does. And he's buying Occidental Petroleum. That's one of the last stocks that we will see him buy, and he's retiring. So that's the last time we'll see him. Maybe he has somebody else doing it. And they'll talk about what the new person will be purchasing under whatever the company's name. I forget the name. It's slipping my mind. But Hathaway something. But futures contracts. You see, I gotta keep it there. The futures contract. Oil is a commodity. Okay, so I can look up Brent crude under the spot price, and I can also look up Brent crude under the futures price. What's the ticker? BZ, right? I can go into my WeBull account. I can type in BZ. And look at what you get. A bunch of whatever I try to keep it clean, right? I don't want to get flagged. BZ, and you get all this stuff, right? But when you click on futures, you get the futures contract, right? The real price. The less manipulated price is the futures price. A futures contract allows you to have the futures price. I don't want the spot price. I want the futures price on a commodity, which is regulated through the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, which gives you a futures contract. And you want the main contract because the contracts go from month to month to month and they expire, which is why you have the main contract. And what do? I click on the main contract and I go in and I put the alerts. I block it in. Like booby traps, one at the top of the price structure and one at the bottom of the price structure, and allow price to come to me. I don't chase anything. Chasing things is undisciplined, and it'll get you what you deserve. It'll get you the slaughterhouse. It'll get you over the loss review so you can do the kumbaya with the rest of the 98%, the losers, right? So we typed in BZ. We check the futures contract, we put the alerts on it. Then we can type in CL, right, for West Texas. And look what you get. You hit the futures contract, and there you go, CL MAYNE contract. Go in there and put the alerts on it. And let it come to me. I'm a trader at heart. I started trading in 2019, and I started investing about 2 or 3 years ago. I need to know where the trade is, because if I can get the trade correct, my investment will also be correct. There's only one way to do this, and that's the right way. And that's what we promote here, right? So you know who we do it for the people, not the profits. It's the consistency and persistency of doing things correctly that wins in the market. To beat the market, you must become the market. And the market moves with integrity through its price. And if you lack the integrity of the price, you're going to get wrecked, and you know where you're going to go, and you deserve to be there. You're impersonating a clown. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for market open. I wanted to get this out because we need to be knowing what we're going to be doing here in the future. We need to be buying low at discounts, selling high at premiums, and staying out the middle. Hey.